Oh no, just as I was talking how good the bike is, something seriously wrong has just gone with mine. I was just riding along and then my revs just went all the way through the roof and I had to shut the bike down, but it couldn't go through the gears. The gears are working now, but the bike won't start. Run at me, jeez. It's getting deep. Good morning, morning 10. We've got the beautiful sun rising. We've got the fantastic mountains in the background. I've learnt to say Ensley as Ainsley, so I'm learning, which is even more important. We're going past the Ainsley Hotel. I've learned about the history, waved to some people, and now we're making our way south, hopefully to Lake Buchanan, which is 600 kilometers away. I don't even know if it's doable because of the terrain we've got to cross, but that's the goal. And we're trying to get petrol at a random roadhouse, Oasis Roadhouse in Lyndhurst, but they're closed on a Sunday, and we're taking a gamble that the notification we saw online from a month ago is that they have prepaid services. But as we go over the famous Ainsley Bridge, we bid the town farewell. There's something pretty magical about getting an early morning ride in. We're probably the first people on this road this morning. The air's crisp, it's fresh, the track's untouched so far. Just two mighty DRZ400Es, 100k an hour, just taking on some terrain. But yeah, something very, very special about riding first thing in the morning. Provided you don't have any wildlife jumping out in front of you, it's the best time to just get amongst it and get that day going. Awesome stuff. I'm just laughing at Josh because this is the first morning we've had to wear our jumpers in 10 days, but it is very, very cold at the moment, only about 11. I just said it's going to be a great day, but to start with, the first few hours it's pretty chilly, and neither of us have proper warm weather gear, just a bit of a throw over jumper. So hopefully that sun gets a bit of bite in it soon and we'll be laughing. But a little bit chilly on the willy, so to speak. So we're just going to go up the road 1 kilometre in the wrong direction, which is fine. And fingers crossed at this place. I know it's closed, but it has 24-hour service fuel access. We're about to find out, because that's kind of going to change our trip otherwise. We're really banking on this, all based off a couple of comments on Google. Come on. What do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, yep, there's a machine there. There is a machine there. That might be us. Yes. Yes. Woo. Awesome. But we're just looking for a road called Gregory Springs, and that should take us off this main dirt road, and it's 175 kilometers around what they call the White Mountains National Park, I believe, and we'll go around the east side of that. So hopefully some pretty cool scenery, but it's 175 kilometers of an unknown dirt road. So we've got about 40 clicks to get to that road, and hopefully it's pretty fast going so we can maintain our trajectory of 600 k's today. Here's our road, Gregory Springs Road. Oh, that looks alright. Beauty. Looks like a good road. Hey? Is this the one you meant? Yeah. Yeah. Looks like a good road, eh? Yeah. Even if we can do 80, 90k an hour. Oh no, just as I was talking how good the bike is, something seriously wrong has just gone with mine. I was just riding along and then my revs just went all the way through the roof and I had to shut the bike down, but it couldn't go through the gears. The gears are working now, but the bike won't start, and I've got absolutely no idea what is wrong with it right now. I'm hoping it's fixable, but this is not It didn't sound good at all. I've never ever had that happen before. Oh no. And Josh, I think Josh thought I said to keep going, but I was waving stop, stop, stop. So I better record all this because this is a learning lesson for me. Right now I've got no idea what's wrong with the bike. It's almost like the starter motor's gone, but it's making like a sucking noise and I'm trying to kick it over. So I'm just going to pull the bloody seat off, the fuel tank off. I might even take the top of the engine block off and just see if that cam chain was giving a bit of noises. I wonder if that sort of carked it. I mean, I really don't know. It's just out of my wheelhouse out here. Kind of feel sick in the tummy to know that my bike might be broken here. I know Josh will make his way back eventually, but we've got no reception here. About 200 kilometres out of the next kind of main town. Still about 1,500 kilometres from home. So I don't really know what to do at this stage, but I'll pull it apart, check a few things, and worst case scenario, I've got to push it back to that main road and maybe Josh tows me to the next town, or yeah, we'll have to figure it out later, but we'll see. I do know on my bike my cam chain's been making a lot of noise, so I've just pulled that off just to make sure that it's actually intact and still there, which it is. There's nothing obvious there, but I can't check the actual timing of it because I don't have the Allen key sizes to put it in top dead center to see if maybe the timing's out of a chain skipped I don't know, a tooth on the cog or something, but I mean, it all looks intact in there, so I'll keep trying to establish something here. So just to put some perspective on this issue, the standard fix in the bike is not working. I know a little bit, but the symptoms were sort of chugging along. It just started with going 6k an hour. It was like the fuel was kicking in and out. Looked down, plenty of fuel, and then the bike just revved to maximum revs without me holding the accelerator, and then just died. The bike won't start. I can't get it going here anyway. We're no reception. We're about 150k from in Rabbit is main town, but it's a small town. So the goals are just try and get there the best we can. We've got a main road down there by about 3 or 4k, so we're going to test this system. And Josh, thank goodness, is here. He's going to tow me, but really I'm about 1,500 kilometers away from my family and Josh's family, so hopefully we can get to this town. It's a Sunday, everything will be shut there, and by Monday, if I can just have reception, I can make some phone calls. I don't know what it's going to look like, but anyway, watch this space. We're super remote still, and the tractor is truly going to be a tractor, and hopefully this rope doesn't break, and we can just tinker along. So much gratitude towards Josh, because he's obviously putting his ride aside for now to get to me to this main town, but then he'll likely continue on from there. So, but it's 12 o'clock. We've got 150k potentially to go. So yeah. Alright, so Josh is telling me it's very sketchy, but I've done the best I can to make it centered to the bike. But yeah, I knew this day was going to come, guys. I didn't realise I was going to be so far from home. But yeah, it's an absolute mystery to why my bike started fine 5 minutes before it died. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm not a mechanic. I'm first to admit that. At home I can establish most things, but not out here. So now I'm actually concentrating so hard because I'm being towed, and it's just a dodgy feeling on a motorbike. As soon as I let go of my handlebars, the front wheel is just going to wash out. Yeah, anyway, I'm absolutely gutted. Well, if this doesn't put a new meaning to the DRZ being a tractor, I don't know what does. So we just saw a road train come and pop by, going the other direction, and my thoughts were, surely if one of them come, they could chuck in the back of the truck for me and just get me, somewhere in some direction. So I'm going to keep an eye on my rear vision mirrors. I was about to say hopefully we have no more dirt, but of course we have more dirt, and it's coming up right now. Oh, Josh, if you're listening to this, mate, You're an absolute legend. I owe you one massively. The other thing that sucks about being towed is I'm pretty close to Josh in the grand scheme of things, but I can't see any divots or anything, and every now and again my front wheel wants to wash out on me because it's falling into the divots on the worst possible angle, and I've got no I've got no rear wheel drive to power out of anything. So at times like these too, this is when I really wish my dad was with me or next to me or nearby, because that bloke was not trained in any mechanics, but he just knew how to fix things. He knew what the problems were. I tried to learn as much as I could. I feel like I know enough, but obviously not enough to fix this particular problem, this particular instance. But if he was here, he'd be able to go, yep, that's what it is, it's fixable, nah, it's not fixable, and just continue on. So yeah, I really miss you right now, that's for sure, Freddie, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I didn't realise, but Josh must be in 4th gear there. We're doing 70k an hour, which is nowhere near as fast as 110, but it actually feels quite smooth on the road, so we're making up good time considering we thought we were doing 40k an hour. It's not going to be great if he slams his brakes on, but this will get us to where we need to quite quickly. And to Josh, I was always going to say something on the last day whilst I was riding next to you, not that you would have known until you watched this video, but I'll say it now, as this could be our last day together. But I feel like from day one we absolutely hit it off. You've been an absolute legend. Our riding style's the same, our camping style's the same, the way we think's the same, and I honestly believe if we live down the road from each other we'd be best of buds. I've already told him about any adventure ride I do in the future, I'll always send out an invite, unless I purely want to stick to a solo one, but always going to send an invite out to him. And I think you're a legend. I know you want to make your YouTube channel pretty big, so good luck with that, and I wish you all the best, and no doubt you'll get there slowly. But yeah, overall, thank you so much for helping out today and doing this, because I know it's a hindrance, and I'd certainly do the same for you. But you're an absolute legend, mate, in my books, and yeah, just thanks for being awesome, I guess. Well, there goes a road train. He overtook us. I don't know if he's slowing down, I don't think he is. He saw us, but maybe he's not interested in that was my ticket right there. So there's the first one, failed. Probably helps if I was stationary on the side of the road, but he's long gone. Ah, man, we need some Aussie kindness, some Aussie kindness. There's the Whitehall Mountains National Park, and they're absolutely fantastic. And Josh and I were meant to be on the east side of that, on that trail that I broke down. I meant to ride the full length of it, which would have been absolutely awesome. This time we're on the western side of it, on the tar, being towed instead, which is not what we want at all. Well, Josh's Mighty DRZ has done the job. 150 kilometre tow to the town of Hughendon. Anyway, there's a sign there, welcome to Hughendon. So decisions to be made, phone calls to be made. I'll keep you posted and updated, because this is all new to me, so maybe someone can learn from my misfortunes. But at the very least we need to get a room and accommodation, and I need to put some effort into pulling some more things off this bike, just in case there's an easy fix now that I'm in town. It is a Sunday for us, so everything's closed in terms of mechanical workshops and whatnot. This is so dodgy when you're going slow and turning corners. Who would have thought the hardest bit of this is being in town? But the whole town shuts except for one place. The Royal Hotel's got a couple of rooms left, so we're going to try and get over there. Everyone's staring at us, but no one's really talking to us. I'm sure the town's lovely, but we just need to find somewhere to set up, and so we can make some decisions. This is where it's real sketchy. I'm at the mercy of Josh. I'm like a sitting duck here. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'm so freaking down in the dumps right now. Anyway, we're getting there. Royal Hotel, here we come. Well, everybody, this is the end of an era for my bike at the moment. I've pulled everything apart. I've actually been on the phone to the crew at Elwood, because I know they know these bikes inside and out. But before I rang them, I pulled out my carby just to check that it wasn't seized up. And what's actually happened is I'll post a photo, but a piece of my slider snapped off and unfortunately hasn't made it through the exhaust, and I think has dropped in and thrown a ring off the piston or put a hole in it, and I've got no compression. So at the very least it's probably a top end rebuild. At the very worst case scenario, it's gone into the bottom of the bike and ruined some things in there. Yeah, I'm in a world of hurt on a personal note, because I've got to get home by within 4 days and figure out what that's going to look like. So we're going to do some research tonight. But we ticked off the Cape, hey Josh? We ticked off some places, but we didn't get the full trip done. Very, very shocked that this has happened, but that's where we're at. So I love my bike. I hope I can fix it one day. But right now, it's not fixable, not where I'm at, and not with the tools I've got, all the parts. So. Alright everybody, I'm sitting in my hotel room for my last night in the town of Hewarden. I wasn't going to do any more filming, but I thought, you know what, I've been so stressed, so freaked out, it's been daunting, I've learnt so much, I've had to be very dynamic to the situation. I thought, you know what, why wouldn't I put some information out there on my channel for anybody else that might find themselves in this situation to maybe refer to, or just feedback, oh, this is what Lance did. As you all know, my bike had a major breakdown in terms of a bit of metal from my carby slide shot into my engine and shut the bike down in its tracks effectively. You've seen the how I've gotten the bike to where I am now. But it's been a nightmare. I mean, to put things in perspective, I'm 2,500 kilometers from home. I'm 1,500 kilometers from my nearest family member. I'm 400 kilometers westbound from any major town. And the township of Hewarden have been fantastic. I've been walking around talking to everybody, but I'm not at home obviously. So I've had to get myself home somehow, and I have to get my bike home somehow. So my advice to anybody is stay positive, don't get frustrated with locals, and just keep ringing, researching. What I've found is that as you ring one company that you think can help, even though you're furthest from the truth, they start referring you on, and 5 calls later you've actually got someone who can help. Then that person might be able to help, but it might not suit the time frame, but he'll give you someone else, or she'll give you someone else. So you've just got to keep at it. Like, I've spent no less than probably 12 hours of just non-stop being on the phone, making calls, researching, being referred to people, and it was an absolute nightmare. It really was, but it was the only way to achieve what I was going to achieve. And if I just gave up, obviously nothing's going to happen. So you've got to keep at it. But for me, to get myself home, I had an option between a train, a plane, taxis and cabs if I really wanted to. That was never going to work though, or a bus service. So the airport was quick and easy, but way too expensive, because as soon as I mentioned all my luggage, because I've got over 30 kilos of luggage here, all my motorbike gear, which I really want to take with me, the price goes through the roof. The train service was too unreliable for the times. Like, they wanted me at the train station at 2 a.m. and it's just things that I couldn't really logistically pull off myself. But of all people, the Greyhound bus service, for $270, I can travel 2,000 kilometers from Hewarden to Townsville, have a stopover at Townsville, and from Townsville to Brisbane to get towards a family member, $270 odd. The only drama with those guys was that they wanted all my luggage into 2 bags only. You can take 40 kilos, and they recommended getting these bags. When I was in the town, like, where am I going to get those bags from? So I booked a ticket anyway, and when I started walking around the town, and oddly enough, there was a fantastic little Vinnie's store with 2 lovely ladies. They sold me the bags for $5. One's a bit beat up, but I've got all this tape to hold it together. I was able to fit all my stuff in. And not to mention, while I was at the store, I thought, I've been wearing these clothes every night for 10 days, because as you saw earlier, all my clothes got lost as they got sucked into my rear wheel and spat out. So for $4 each, I got a pair of shorts, and I got this U-boot tight shirt. It was the only shirt that really fitted me, but it's gonna make me look super buff, so that's cool, because these clothes stink and I'm gonna be on a bus for 2 days. So I can wear those clothes just by walking around the town. Like, yeah, it was hot, it wasn't actually ideal, but I got to see what was out there. So thank you to the ladies from Vinnie, so I can actually wear some fresh clothes. I've got the bags, all my gear's packed, because if I put that on a plane, it was going to blow the price out. So think of all sorts of transport, and obviously just ring them. Don't just go online, just ring them directly and get the information straight away, because it's far easier and quicker. So I will be on a bus tomorrow to Townsville. I have got accommodation at Townsville for a night, and then the next day I'm on a bus for 24 hours down to Brisbane to be picked up. So I'm sorted, but now I had the problem with my bike. That was proving very difficult. I was hoping for road trains for just random people in utes. I was looking at buying cars, hiring cars, going to Townsville, hire a car, come back, but none of that was working. I kept ringing local freight companies. I just kept getting bounced from person to person to person. But eventually I got a local company who does weekly runs from Hewarden to Townsville to come on board for $220. They've already taken my bike tonight, so that I've actually seen the bike get loaded up, and then it's going to Townsville in 2 days' time. At Townsville though, I needed a drop-off point, so once again I have to say a big thank you to my brother Peter and his father-in-law Steve. They made some phone calls, and Steve was able to get an old connection at Hino Truck Rentals, and they're happy to take the bike for a handful of days. So I've never met the bloke, haven't even spoken to him, but he's going, yep, I'll cut you a break and help out a friend. So my bike's getting dropped off at the Hino depot there in Townsville. And then through social media, thanks to everyone on social media, but a special thanks to Brett from Motorcycle Transport and Logistics. He got his boss Lisa to call me, and they're happy to come on board, and she even went a one step further and tried to organise my bike from this town to Townsville as a backup plan. That was going to be a little bit too expensive, but it was there if I needed it. But she's going to be able to pick up my bike from Townsville and do a door-to-door service to Sydney where I live for $660. So that's an absolute bargain. I didn't even know they existed. But I'm going to take them up on that offer and get my bike straight back to my house the week after I return. So at least I know it's in safe hands. So thank you so much, especially to Brett for reaching out on social media. So my bike has now got a logistical plan. It's going to cost a little bit of money, but not as much as I thought, so I can get my bike home. But I certainly think, you know, the sort of bloke I am, I like to actually say thanks when thanks is due. But Dean and Wyatt Cooperson, they're the transport company in town, picked up the bike. They've done it within a day turnaround, so they're going to get my bike to Townsville. So reach out to them if you've got some issues locally to Hewarden. They'll hook you up. Warwick at Hino, I've never met you. I probably won't meet you, but I'll certainly give you a thank you call. But thank you for coming on board and helping me. Obviously Brett and Lisa from Motorcycle Transport and Logistics. I've had to write all this down because there's so many people that have helped. The Royal Hotel where I'm staying, the lady here the owner's been fantastic. She let me keep my bike in her shed for as long as I needed to. Obviously, it only turned out being 2 days, but I can't speak highly enough of her and the hospitality, so thank you to her. Even Hewarden Motorcycle dealer, the owner, I spoke to him, and I'm going to actually go see him tomorrow before I leave to say thank you and look at his shop. He was prepared to just hold my bike for 2 weeks. So as long as you don't leave it here forever, we'll get on board free of charge. No drum, never met him, so that's just a local guy just trying to help. So that was awesome, because originally I was going to get myself out of the town and just leave my bike here for however long it takes to find someone to pick it up. And finally, once again, Gavin, who works for Elwood Tour Group up north, and the Elwood crew, they came on board to offer their place as a place to store my bike if I could get it to Cairns and just worry about getting the bike home later. But more importantly, Gav, I rang him when I didn't quite know what was wrong with my bike, and he talked me through everything that he could think of, and that's how we established what has gone wrong. I already knew the carby side had broken, but I didn't know if it gone in the engine or not. And he just on the phone talking to me. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you up north as well. But I can't be more grateful for the time and the effort you guys have put in. But that's what it looks like for me, guys. It's been a real bad situation. I didn't know how I was going to handle it. I think I've handled it the best I can. I think I've been very productive, and I've got results pretty quickly. But yeah, that's the advice. Don't give up. Keep asking questions, and you've got to stay positive. Otherwise, it's going to be a impossible task. It's probably going to scar you for life. So I'm super positive to keep at it. I don't know what my channel is going to look like in the very near future, but I can guarantee you I'll be back. I've got to either get my bike running again and or source a new bike, but I believe I'll be able to fix my bike, but I need to get home and just start pulling it apart. So stay tuned. This will be the last video for the video series of the big cake trip. It didn't pan out how we wanted it to. But thanks for watching. This is not the end of the channel. I will get my bike running again. If I can't get it running again, I will obviously buy another bike. I'm still going to be adventure riding, but I just wanted to put some info out there. There might be a bit of lag after this video to my next video, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment. Hopefully this is useful information, even though it's at the demise of my bike and my trip, so to speak. But I'm still positive. It's all good, and I'll catch us on the next one.